we have the drafts available, and this time blue side is going to be from the side of VFM, and RRQ will be on the red side.
And also, just quickly recap to the game 2, the bans, right? I've talked about how the Kaja ban was smart from RRQ, and I stand by my word. It is a block pick. You deny the Kaja and you secure that Grok for yourself, but opening the Krufa and Esmeralda kind of gave VFM the confidence that they need.
That's pretty much something they have to ban off here, but Xbox here getting first ban coming from our side of RRQ. Pretty standard stuff. Masha as well coming from VFM. I was expecting like RRQ say like, hey, you know what? I don't want to ban a Masha. I want to just let it slide here. I want to pick Masha for myself. But VFM says like, you know what? First ban Masha. Not gonna have it here. Out of pool. Seeing how you play the Evos. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, nope. Just a lot of access right there. I mean, in RRQ, that Masha was out of control in that game 1. And Evos was just not able to stop this particular hero. At one point, I think when the game ended, her net worth lead was almost 3,000 ahead of every single hero in that particular game. So VFM,
I think it was 4,000 actually. Yeah, 4,000 ahead of everyone.
That's even more. That's even scarier, right? That's why VFM, Masha ban. Also the Kaja, it's their turn to take out Kaja. We might see either Grok or Kufra go through, but RQ, now they have to make a really big decision.
Yeah, but when you talked about a Masha pick as well, I think early on, I think when the fight against Esmeralda with Evo's Esports SG, that was something I did not expect, because he took down Bambi relatively quickly in that fight. Like, it was like 3 to 4 hits. The Masha just like, whoa, wait, Masha hits that hard?
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. Which is why for that particular game, RQ, they played that 1-4, right? Masha was left alone almost the entire game, and RRQ, they learned their lesson. They ban out Kufra, but that means Grok is now given away. RRQ, they might fall back to the high-lows for Liam.
Yeah, this time, Hylos getting open slider here. RRQ is going to take it for himself. We're going to see the revitalized Hylos again. But the Grok is also in the pool. So they understood the power of the Kaja here. Banning the Kaja is fine. Grok is still playable. You saw how, despite RRQ picking the Grok here, you saw that the Grok can't exactly do much unless you're playing for an aggressive strategy. But just because of drafts here from game number 2, RRQ couldn't play the super hyper-aggressive strat, and one bad teamfight in the early stage here just allowed them to be a little bit unable, handicapped in a way. So in this case here, VFM, they're an aggressive team with the Grok. Are they going to push up the aggression this time?
And because of the Grok pick, there's lesser chance for VFM to potentially go for that Baxia, because that is a lot of commitment if you want to go for that particular hero as a direct counter to Hylos, as what Tuturu said in that post-game interview. But there's still a chance for VFM if they want to go for that, which I highly don't recommend, simply because of the presence of Grok. They can still go with the Esmeralda, which has shown a lot of success in the previous game.
Yeah, the Esmeralda pick here is great from the side of VFM, but I'm a little bit worried here because this time RQ is not playing a Grok or anything else here. They are playing Archive with a Hylos. Hylos is amazing to actually deal with Esmeralda. Same goes for Lolita as well. The slow just do so much damage, and they don't exactly have enough burst here to actually take down Hylos if you think about it. Like, Esmeralda is kind of a burst mage where he does damage over time, right? And Hylos doesn't really care about that here. He's not a type of hero like, hey, if you burst me down, so what? Damage over time, so what? I have to revitalize. I have the glorious pathway. I'm gonna out-heal anyone from the side of RRQ. So seeing how this is going here, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a tough matchup, but I feel like VFM, they have to be very worried about what how Liam and Vin is gonna be playing this round, because Liam's clutch Hylos has been on point so far.
Yeah, Liam was one of the big reasons that RRQ won game 1 against VFM. But definitely for RRQ right now, it is a bit more robust. They're going to quickly lock in that Granger. Last game they banned out Granger because of the Lolita, but this game they were like, fine, we're going to take him regardless, and we're going to bring the fight straight to you.
Well, Granger pick here from side of RRQ, so we're going to see Tuturu on the Granger pick, despite having the Lolita. Very ballsy pick. But at the same time, he's not that worried just because the Esmeralda is going to be in your face all the time. But I'm worried here from side RRQ because right now they have so much damage that they have to dish out from the side of BFM. Like, they have the Grok that's super tanky. They have the Esmeralda. She's later on is going to be coming out very super tanky as well. Same goes for the protection coming in from the shield of Lolita. So they need something to burst their way through. And right now, Hylos and Akai isn't exactly the kind of burst heroes that just does a lot of damage. Same goes for Granger, which comes up online at least after the second item comes in, the second core item comes in.
And finally, RRQ bans out that Harv. First game, they managed to handle Harv pretty well. Second game, Hai just went absolutely berserk on this particular hero in RRQ. They don't want to deal with it anymore. They know that Granger already has a lot to deal with. Esmeralda, Grot, Lolita, you don't want to add Harry to the equation, and they're gonna pull out their Hayabusa.
Yeah, I definitely like the Hayabusa pickup here. Instead of the Hellcurt to actually go for the burst, the Hayabusa definitely stands out just because of the Shadow Kill. Kind of just negates whatever Esmeralda is trying to achieve, like stacking up shields, building up the shields here. It completely just ignores that, and you can kind of split push as well. If you think about it here, the only split push potential coming from VFM would be right now would be the Hellcurt and Leomon, and you don't exactly want to contest against that.
Yeah, and I didn't get to say this previously, but I'm gonna say it right now. The Leomon pick, I expected VFM to fall back to the Leomon simply not just because of the success, but because of again how stable he is. He is those neutralizing pick, right? You don't have to worry too much about your matchup. You know you always have a good time. The Hellcurt, we're finally gonna see it. We brought it out after game 1 that Hellcurt was one of VFM's frequently played heroes.
Wow.
They can bring out in this deciding match, and RRQ, they will finally select their Lunox and in an attempt to win the series.
Yeah, I like what the final pick Lunox is. Just if you think about it from side RRQ, right? Like they have two invulnerable heroes here. They have the Hayabusa, they have the Brilliance coming from Lunox. They can dodge whatever Esmeralda is trying to build up in terms of the shield there, and it's gonna help over time. I feel like the mind games in this final draft is insane. Who's gonna win here? I don't know, but you saw Hayabusa was like, hey, it's a great one against Esmeralda. Amazing! But let's pick the Hellcurt as well, because why? If you split push, my Hellcurt is gonna split push as well. And I feel like compared to game number 2, this draft is super hard to figure it out. Like, I'm not sure who's gonna win. It's gonna be like a 50-50 scenario compared to game number 2. I guarantee you, for those of you watching and whoever is us casting as well, this game is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and it's gonna be crazy, the 50-50, and what better way for to end this deciding series against VFM and RRQ that probably, like I mentioned, maybe not too many people pay attention to VFM to take down RRQ, who people
well, don't jinx it yet. It might happen, it might not happen. Okay?
And this is what makes it interesting.
I know they're pretty sure the fans are gonna hate on us with this, but I feel like it's as 50 as you can. I like the draft. It's tough, but ladies and gentlemen here, this is gonna be game number 3.
And it's just amazing way to open up the first day, the first group of the very first World Championship. This is the second series, but the hype just keeps on building, and it's down to this point. We've already got our first full series, and lo and behold, RRQ against VFM.
This is tough here. How will they play this here? I'm Jago, going to be on the middle side here. VFM Fantasy. How they play this here? Lucky and also Hyde. They want to make sure Hyde gets those buffs. So pretty 50-50 here coming from VFM, but you can see RRQ, they are going to be setting up Sin to take top buff early on here. They want to make sure that Sin gets that early aggression here. But in terms of mask here, double mask coming from both teams here, pretty standard stuff on the double supports. So nothing too much big rotations yet coming from both teams. But on the bottom side, they're actually leaving Tuturu all by himself from side RRQ, which is kind of surprising, but still not. It's a great pick as well, because if you think about it here, the safe lane is one of the harder lanes to actually play compared to the off lane.
Oh yeah, and Tuturu on the Granger, you always have a way to kind of get out of danger when needed, and you can always clear the waves out pretty easily with that bullet barrage. Man, RRQ, is their turn to kind of start the aggression a bit, and this is what the lineup compared to game 2 is able to achieve. You are able to provide pressure onto VFM as compared to just taking blow after blow from your enemies.
Yeah, and speaking of which here, 0-0 Zin finally hit this 4. Very quick start here for them. Cuts the creep wave, and this is where the aggressive plays here coming from RRQ. They're going to push off the creep waves here just to play around the XP bar. Like, if you have that lead here, they're going to go for a dive, and Shadow Kill comes in. That's going to be close one as well. Nice flicker coming from TD, and if the Shuriken actually connects, he's going to go down.
What a clutch flicker from T to get away. He was really for it. He knew that Sin's gonna dive on him because he did not have that level 4. No Phantom Seed, but now it's VSM's turn to retaliate. Tuturu does use the flicker away. The tower doing a lot of damage. T-Max trying to survive it. The shield does block out the damage. And Phyllis here from behind. The right choice is still able to get Broly. Yes, they will. T-Max will go down as well. 2 for RRQ.
Mistakes were made here coming from VFM. Overextension indeed. Nice shield block there. Not giving Tuturu for the kill. He needed that kill for the bounty hunter for the additional goal here. But because of that 2 kills, immediately open things up just beside the turtle pit. And this is where RRQ, they're going to contest this turtle pit. VFF and Decimate, he want to dive in. He's saving it. He steals it. What a steal. VFF, he's going to use the turtle bomb. He's going to kill Win. Here comes the revitalize. They can't kill him off. How will they please? Tururu with the Death Sonata. Gets the last kill here. Actually, I am Jungle. Will finish well. Does he have the brilliance? He's trying to switch it off. Can he switch it in time? Nice dodge there from I am Jungle. VFF, they're going to reset his fight. Here comes the silence. Here comes the Helga. They're going to take off Liam. It's going to be a 50-51. And like I said, Husky, I guarantee you it's as close as it gets.
Yeah, RRQ, they get the advantage in kills, but they lose the turtle. So VFM pretty happy with that. And they are going to go for Sin. What a block from the Grok. And Sin's trying to jump away with those shadows. And Lucky was ready for him for the second time in a row. And Sin trying to run away. Can VFM catch up to him? Lucky, he needs one more block. He's going to go for the swing with the totem. And Helga with 5 healers. And they will kill off Lucky as well. Here comes the fantasy. And Teeny is ready to dance. Not Hurricane Dance, not enough from Liam. Lucky stays alive.
Oh my god, that was a slight mistake there coming from VFM. If that wall charge actually landed onto the wall, that would have been instant. They would have not dragged it all the way through. But fortunately for them, they did not lose Lucky here from VFM. So that's going to be a consolation win there coming from VFM. But RRQ, they bought a little bit more time, but they will still lose to Sin in that process.
And you can see just amazing play. Teeny, he got the little one, and Liam managing to buy time with that Hurricane Dance, but that shot from the Death Sonata not able to finish off the Grok. Put RQ in a really bad spot, and off screen just now they also lost Vin to Broly.
Which is kind of unfortunate here, but in terms of economy-wise here, VFF, they're back in action. They've got the economy. This time, they are going to try and pull ahead here. Esmeralda is kind of online as well. Same goes for Helkert as well. You saw how Broly was just dishing out so much damage. He just needed the right job. But Sin is going to keep on the aggression here. He wants to take down this tier 1. And it seems to me, this is going to be the engagement here. Lucky sees a wild horse out of nowhere. Immediately charges his way out of that fight.
And props to Lucky. He predicted where Sin was going to be 2 times in a row. They're going to jump straight onto this Hayabusa, and they will try to find a kill, but Sin, he is the ninja that he is, able to get away now. Here comes Iron Jago on the Lunox, the brilliant straight away. They're going to isolate this Lucky from the rest of his team. His team try to do as much as they can, but Lucky will survive for a bit more longer. Not able to make it out as VFM. They will use this time to snatch the turtle away.
Wow, that was a nice use of a Glorious Pathway coming from Win. I was expecting like, hey, you open the pathway here. What are you doing here? You're kind of blocked from the wall. But you saw how he actually slowed the Lucky there. And because of that slow, it allowed the team here to actually rotate from the behind and just go for the kill there. Nicely done there coming from Win.
A second turtle going over to VFM, but because of what RRQ were able to get a kill onto Lucky and that first tower, we are almost back to even in terms of goal. RRQ, like you predicted, 50-50. This is what we want to see in Game 3. Everything out the window, especially you have this Lunox Hayabusa lineup for RRQ.
Yeah, and at the same time, iJungle right now, he's got 3-0-0 on the Lunox. He cannot afford to die. Same goes for Hyde, who's on 1-0-0 right now on the Esmeralda. VFM, the next team fight here is gonna decide the tempo here. Whether they lose a couple of towers or not. But T-Max right now, he's all by himself. Where's the teammate? Oh, they do not want to commit here. RRQ. I'm surprised indeed, but at the same time, they want to defend against here. Darkness comes in.
And now it's going to be Broly trying to make something happen. They're fighting under the tower. The Revitalize is keeping Vin alive, but the stun is there. Vin somehow still survives there, and now they will keep Broly isolated as Tuturu will pick up the scraps. It's 2 for RRQ.
Oh, mistakes there coming from VFN, and because of that, they get a tier 1 down bottom. But Sin, he's gonna buy a little bit more time here. You look at this, he's threading his way through. He doesn't really care. He's buying time for the rest of the teams. However, Hyde, he gets a solo kill down bottom. He takes out Tuturu.
And that is a consolation for VFM. They might go for more. The wall does miss from Lucky, but Teeny will still commit onto this. And Liam, Hurricane trying to make it out. He does block out the lemon for now. The flicker not able to connect. Here comes the wall charge, and Hyde, the backup is there. Lucky though gets the swing from the totem, kills off the Liam instead.
Oh, what a bait there coming from RRQ, because right now Lucky will pay with his life. If you think about it here, that play there from RRQ was like Kobe Bryant passing the ball, going for the alley-oop dunk. If you think about it, right? Sin was buying time from the side of Lucky as well as Teeny. They're wasting like a good solid 1 minute there on